Hello everyone. I thought I'd just jump in here quickly and do a quick recording, a timeless reading for all signs, just to feel into what the energy is like at this time. Some people are feeling a lot of chaotic energy, some people are really getting into the retrograde already. So I thought it would be good to just run some cards and see what we get, okay? So if you're here for the first time, just know that this is a general reading, so it's not personalized for anyone, and some of you may resonate with it, and if you don't, it's perfectly fine too. Just drop. So, or maybe you may resonate with some bits and other parts just do not make any sense to you, and that's perfectly fine too, okay? So if you like a personalized, oops, the cards are just jumping all over the place. Now, if you like a personalized reading, you can get all the details below on how to book a session for yourself. And if you like what you hear, then do like the video and subscribe to my channel for more. If you have not seen the videos I've done for according to your signs for the energies this week, starting from 5th of September, then I would suggest that you look for it in my channel. Just click on video. I think it's the word video, the tab video, just on top, and you'll be able to see it. So let's see what's up for us, and here we go. So we have the Six of Swords. Oh my God. Six of Swords. So usually, when we pick this card, Six of Swords, it's about truth coming up, and so there's a little bit of chaos before things settle down. It's almost like it's an upward climb towards sorting truth out. So a lot of our shadow energies may surface, and emotionally it can be quite chaotic. Mentally it can be confusing. So if you are experiencing any of this right now, know that it's okay. It's part of the process, right? Part of the process of life, part of the process of growing, evolving. And so for some of you, I feel, there's quite a lot to do with friendships and your personal relationships when it comes to this particular card. Friendships, it's almost like you don't know where you stand. It's almost like you're confused by what has been happening of late, in your life, in your interpersonal relationship with other people, whether in the workspace or in your family. Okay, so know that this is just the energies running through. You don't have to panic. You don't have to do anything to change it. Just accept, sit with it. Okay, and one of the keys to enlightenment is to be able to sit with the discomfort of some of these emotions that will come up. It's all part of human life, right? We don't want to push it away, okay? And it's only through sitting with it that we will allow ourselves to evolve, to grow, and allow the energies to do its transmutation, okay? So let's see what the next card is. And it says Guardian of Wands. So I'm using the Inner Child deck. And so the terms are a little bit different, yeah? So Guardian of Wands, basically, this is an energy that comes up that is encouraging us all to use our creative source, our creative energies, right? And take time for healing, take time alone, connect with nature. Space is needed, right? A lot of space. Everybody needs to take some personal time off, right? And get into your own space so that you can see things with clarity. When things get too crowded, right? Like when too many things happening and you're hanging out with too many people all at once, you don't have your me time, you don't have space for yourself, your thoughts cannot be sorted out properly, your emotions, become all confused, right? So you really do need to take that time off, right? The me time. And I think for some of you, it's really the season to allow your creative energies to be supported, so that I make this action because that's the feeling that I'm getting. You're like sprouting like a tree, right? All these energies coming up. So you have to make space for that to come up. Okay, so me time, important. All right, so a reminder, this is for all signs, general reading. So let's see. And this is the Four of Crystals. Four of Crystals. So time to rebuild, right? It's time to rebuild your earthly life, right? So it could be systems, it could be the way you are running things, it could be your family dynamics. So it could also be as simple as like moving house or rearranging your furniture. So there's a lot of energies of rearrangement coming along here, okay? And it has a lot to do with your earthly life, how you're living your life, the structure of your life, right? That maybe for some of you, you know, you're clearing out your cupboards, you know, you are decluttering, right? This is also the energy of decluttering, getting rid of stuff, lightening your load. So this is the season for it. This is the energy. I feel like this, you know, the energy I'm sensing as I'm picking through these cards, it's almost like it's starting and it's going to stay for quite a while. So as I've said, you know, this is a timeless reading. So if you happen to see this video, then, you know, take heed to these particular energies or the advice coming up for you, okay? Let's see what the next one is. Five of Swords, okay? So Five of Swords, this is about you're coming to a point where there is change needed in your mindset. And again, a very big reminder that when there is a change for mindset, then it's really necessary for you to take time off and be alone. So the me time, right? The me time theme is coming up. It's quite consistent. So I feel like all of us collectively need to go back into our individual space, individual self, and reevaluate, like, where do I stand? Where do I stand as a human being in this collective consciousness? You know, where do I stand? What do I want? And who am I, right? So all these questions are important to help us as we go through the evolution of human consciousness, that when we know ourselves a little bit better, then we'll be able to contribute, you know, as a collective, right? So we are all, as it were, you know, pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, right? So if all of us can identify what our unique piece really is like, then we'll be able to work together, right? As one, you know, one big picture, okay? So let's see what the next one is for us as a collective. And Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. So a lot of truth telling. We have, you know, I've picked 5 cards so far, and 3 are about mindset, about truth telling. So Ace of Swords is really about truth telling. It's about how honest are you with yourself, and what do you need to do to make the adjustments. If you feel like you have not been honest with yourself, or you're not having an honest perspective of the situation you are in right now, whether in the workspace or in your relationship, then it's time to really sit down, think about it, you know, what am I being dishonest about with myself? You know, am I lying to myself? Do I care to admit that I may have a wrong perspective of the situation? Or do I care enough to perhaps make some adjustments, you know, so that I can play a bigger role in my own life and make a change as well for the greater community, okay? These are some of the questions that you might want to ask yourself. So let's pick one more from this deck. For those of you who are not aware, this is my favorite deck, right? So also my first deck ever that I got, like, you know, 1,000 years ago. And then I lost it, so I recently bought it again. So, okay, so let's see. This one says Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. This is a major arcana card, and the energies from Alice in Wonderland is showing us that we are going around in circles. We're going around in circles. It's also telling us that change is coming, right? This is like a big change coming up in all of our lives, in collective consciousness. A big change is coming. So when do we jump off this carousel? When do we jump off? When do we get on it, right? And so it's all about listening to our own intuition, listening to our own divine guidance as to when we should do certain things, instead of listening to the collective. Now it's time to go back into individual choices. It's about how do you create that unique journey, that unique path that you are here, to walk on. What path do you choose, and are you honoring that? Okay, are you honoring that? So I don't do very traditional tarot reading, right? I'm picking energies up very intuitively, all right? So I think this gives us something to think about. It's almost as if it is telling us that we're completing one cycle of our journey and entering into a next cycle. And I think that's true. I mean, looking at what's happening in the world today, right? So much has happened. We're going through this major changes on so many different levels, and we really need to take stock of where we are as individuals. Okay, so I like to pick some cards here, just so for clarifiers, right? So let's see what comes up, and then we'll see if we need more than one card. So this is a reminder to those of you who are just watching this right now. This is a general reading, timeless reading for all signs, collective, and take it as it resonates. So this card says, work through your fears. As individuals, it is so important for us to work through our fears. It's only through confrontation of fears can we truly create the better tomorrow that we want. I know this sounds very cliche, but it is true. I mean, this is the method, right, to success. Whether we want spiritual success, emotional success, or whatever levels of success, we do have to confront our fears, because our fears do not just miraculously disappear overnight. We do need to work through them, and so let's see. The energy is gaining momentum, right? Exactly as what the first six cards have said, right? The energy is gaining momentum. Remember the carousel from this Alice in Wonderland, right? Is really gaining momentum. So let's pick one more clarifier, and we have don't let pride get in the way. Don't let pride get in the way. It's important that as we work through our fears, we do not allow our pride to tell us that, I don't have any fears. I'm okay. I've done all my shadow work. Well, if you have, then you won't be here. That's how it is, right? As long as we're here on this planet here, we still have stuff to work through, right? So let's pick one last one as inspiration. We want some inspiration for everyone. So this two cards flew out. So let's see. We want some inspiration for all of us. Collective self-reliance, right? Exactly what we were saying, right? Talking about how we all individually need to work out our stuff so that we can come together collectively. Self-reliance, and then higher consciousness, right? So these two cards. So when we work on our own shadow self, work through our stuff, spend time alone, going through all of our inner demons, we have access to higher consciousness, and only with higher consciousness, then collectively, right, we can work together to create a better world, so to speak. Okay, so I hope this quick reading is helpful for you, for those of you who are watching this. If you like what you have heard so far, do like the video and subscribe to my channel. And as a reminder, if you like a personalized reading, something, if you have questions and you want, answers to those questions that you have, or you just want some clarity, book a private session and I'll be happy to assist you. Okay, so bye for now, and I will see you again very soon.